After days of trading verbal blows, the United States and Iran have now officially entered a new phase of escalation. Their targets are no longer purely military, civilian-related infrastructure is now being hit. Iran has launched attacks on Amazon data centers in the Middle East. On the other side, Donald Trump has doubled down on his vow to push Iran back to the Stone Age, most notably the U.S. Carried out a strike that destroyed one of the tallest bridges in the Middle East, considered a major source of pride for Iranian engineers. This bridge significantly reduced travel time between Tehran and Karaj from nearly an hour to just 10 minutes. According to senior U.S. officials, destroying the bridge would disrupt military logistics, particularly the transport of drone and missile components across Iran. Trump has also warned that Iranian power plants could be the next targets. However, none of this really surprised the public. These are all things Trump has mentioned multiple times before. In fact, Iran even mocked the Stone Age remark, posting images of its ancient empire to remind Trump that, historically, Iran was vast and powerful. The message was clear: if you want to send us back in time, go ahead, but remember how large and influential we once were. At this point, the back-and-forth rhetoric between the U.S. and Iran feels almost like political satire, both humorous and sharply sarcastic at the same time. Putting media narratives aside, many are now asking what will actually happen on the battlefield. Will Trump escalate further, or look for a way to exit while saving face? All signs suggest that escalation is more likely. One key indication is the recent dismissal of a U.S. Army general in the middle of the conflict. This sudden leadership change has drawn significant attention from military analysts. While the Pentagon has not disclosed the reason, replacing a commander during such a critical moment speaks volumes. Many experts believe the general's military philosophy didn't align with Trump's approach. Trump favors rapid, high-impact strategies, quick strikes, surprise attacks, and decisive blows followed by withdrawal. We've seen this pattern before: the assassination of General Qasem Soleimani, the attempted operation against Nicolas Maduro, and the initial strikes in Iran that reportedly eliminated dozens of high-ranking officials on day one. In contrast, the dismissed general was known for a more cautious, methodical approach, prioritizing logistics, maintenance, and long-term planning. Effective, but too slow for Trump's preference for fast, aggressive action. What Trump wants now is higher risk for potentially greater reward, forcing Iran to the negotiating table at any cost, and if that fails, he may still declare victory and withdraw. This suggests that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, the U.S. could launch large-scale strikes across Iran, targeting both military and civilian infrastructure. If that happens, global oil prices will likely continue rising. As for rumors about a U.S. amphibious landing on Karg Island, experts see this as highly unlikely. The island is too small, and vulnerable bombardment alone could devastate it. Deploying troops there would expose them to missile attacks from the mainland with little room to retreat. Even if captured, holding the island would be extremely difficult. Most likely, these rumors are part of a diversion strategy to distract from more critical targets elsewhere. Time is also a major factor. The conflict has now entered day 36 under U.S. law. The president can authorize military action for up to 60 days, with a possible extension to 90 days under certain conditions. Beyond that, congressional approval is required. This puts pressure on Trump to act decisively, achieve results quickly, and declare victory before time runs out. The coming weeks will be a major test for Iran. If it holds out, it can claim success, because in this situation, if the U.S. doesn't win, it effectively loses. Meanwhile, if Iran simply avoids defeat, that alone could be considered a victory. So far, Iran has remained consistent with its strategy, applying pressure by targeting regional interests and dragging neighboring countries into the equation. Today, major U.S. tech infrastructure in the Middle East has become a target. This is a classic example of asymmetric warfare. Iran appears well prepared, delivering unexpected moves that even caught Trump off guard. At one point, when asked about Iran threatening U.S. tech companies, Trump dismissed it sarcastically, questioning how such attacks could even be carried out. Yet now, those threats have materialized. Iran has struck Amazon data centers in the region. In modern warfare, it's no longer just about fuel depots or supply lines. Data infrastructure has become a critical target. These data centers function like massive storage hubs, hosting websites, apps, and banking systems across the Middle East. Disrupting them can affect internet access, financial transactions, and everyday digital services. Of course, such attacks are largely psychological. Data centers are designed with redundancy and backup systems, making them more vulnerable to cyber attacks than physical destruction. In the short term, these tactics can be effective, but over time their impact fades. Once people adapt to disruptions, slower internet, unstable services, higher oil prices, the psychological pressure weakens. Ultimately, this conflict may not be decided by who strikes harder, but by who endures longer. Anyone can show strength in the heat of the moment. The real question is, who can withstand the pressure the longest?